Bro Okamoto in Salt Lake City alongside Kevin Holland, who of course takes on Michael Chiesa at UFC 291. And I have questions about the fight. I have questions about the week, but I mean, you're always a man who's not short on words. I mean, what's kind of going through your head? What's on your mind heading into this fight week?
I got out here early because they said that the elevation was going to mess with me. It did not. And I said, I'll talk all that fight night. I'm like, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much all that's going on. I'm here. I'm excited. I'm happy. I hate cutting weight. I really wish that the person who I'm fighting would rather go to 185 instead of 170. It's like, barbarian. Like people back in the day, they would die fat. It's like now people want to die skinny with a weight cut, and it's like I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could make that decision, right? You could just fight at 185 and not have to cut to 170.
I try. They like me at 70 these days, so I think I got to stay there.
Who's they?
The bosses. They like me at 70. Yeah. The matchmakers and the bosses. They say I look good skinny, so I just stay skinny. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think they like you at 170?
I just think I'm more professional at 170. It's 85. I'm trying to take every fight that's on the books, every fighter that falls out. I want that. I mean, I'm starting to get like that at 170 too. Yeah. But it's like at 185, it's bad. I'm like blowing Mick's phone up every day. I think Mick's just tired of me at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and Mick just wanted to get rid of you. Maybe Sean
Mick's,
Shelby's problem.
Mick's like, deal with Sean. You don't even have his IG. You'll be okay. So if anybody has Sean's IG, send it to me so I can start blowing him up too.
Well, like you said, it's not just a problem 185. Weren't you calling Hunter Campbell about a Jack Della Maddalena fight a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, that actually would have been awesome. I thought styles make fights, and that style was a good style for me. And then turn around and fight Chiesa would have been great. Or loser fights Chiesa. I mean, winner fights Chiesa. I mean, so I was going to fight Chiesa regardless. So it's going to be good to go. It's going to be a great time.
It seems like your mentality is kind of the same as it's always been, but I do think it's kind of like I guess it's weird for me a little bit, even when I look at the 170 rankings, I look at the 185 rankings, and your name's not on it because it just feels like you're there in both divisions.
Yeah.
Like, is that kind of on your mind at all? Of like, hey, like I'm having a good time, I'm making money, I'm fighting frequently, but I should be in these numbers.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm sitting down in the morning and I'm taking one, you know what I mean, just good office morning time, I think about it, bro. I'm like, you know what? At 85, I only really lost to I lost to 3 people at 85. You know what I mean? Number 11 now, which is Brandon Allen, and that was back in the gap. I did good after that. I lost to Derek Brunson, who's number 8. And then I lost to Marvin Vittori, who's like number 4. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then like Alex Pereira was going up to the 205 ranking, so he won't even be ranked at 85 anymore. So all those guys get bumped up one more. You get what I'm saying? So I never lost to nobody at 85, but like ranked guys. So I was like, damn, I could have kept my number there. And then at 70, I'm looking at the people I fought and the people who are ranked like right above me, and I'm like, damn, bro, they ain't really fought nobody crazy yet. But granted, I've dropped the bag against the number guys, so it's like now I got to go out there and throw that bag a little further, get it done right, and smack Chiesa up real good, And Chiesa's a cool guy, but he has to get the smacking of all smackings, It's just a smack time.
And like you said, you have experience fighting guys with a number next to their name, and he does.
Yeah.
Like, how do you see him in terms of maybe some of the other guys that you fought, his skill sets, just kind of the challenge that you're going up against?
It's like fighting Brunson again, and it's like I didn't take Brunson serious when the time came.
Why not?
It's like I just thought he was a sorry piece of shit. You know what I mean? I just thought he sucked. I thought he just absolutely had no skill whatsoever, and he really did it. He just had a good night, And it's like, no, Brunson's a cool guy too. He just sucks, and Chiesa's, I think he's better than Brunson. Honestly, I think he has more things to fear than what Brunson has. He has that ability to grapple a little bit better than Brunson. Brunson will lay on you. Chiesa will try and really take you out the game. But I think that favors me. I think him trying to look for things allows me to scramble if we do hit the ground. But I have a full-time wrestling coach now, and I really don't see us hitting the ground. So it'll be a good one.
A lot of people say when they get to the UFC that no one sucks in the UFC. It's the UFC. You don't believe in that? You think some people suck?
Yeah, some people suck. It's like some people who just got here at a good time and they just know how to. Some people know how to win fights, and that's good. That doesn't mean they don't suck. It's like Ben Askren. He sucked. He just knew how to win fights. He got to the UFC, and you kind of seen he truly did suck. But he made it to the UFC. Still sucked.
How about the stylism matchup in terms of, I think when most people hear Chiesa, they think grappler.
Yeah.
And when most people hear Kevin Holland, they think he's had trouble with grapplers.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's something that you can prove, or that's something you can test yourself against?
I think that's the number one job this weekend, to go out there and show them that I can do better against grapplers than what I've been showing. So, it's like that's what I'm looking forward to. I think that's probably why I'm so excited. It's like I get to go out there, right some wrongs, and then, see what's up, see what's next. It's like maybe another grappler or maybe a fun fight with a striker, and it's like who knows? But I definitely know going out there against Chiesa and showing them that I could actually grapple means the world right now.
Did you, over the last few years, like learn how to grapple, or did you just become more? And more, did you like grappling more? Is this a different mindset? Like, what's different now than before?
I got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. It's like I love jiu-jitsu. It's like I don't mind doing jiu-jitsu. It's like I just don't like wrestling. Wrestling's freaking weird. You know, it's like I put me in a gi. It's like I'll strangle you like I'm John Wick. You know, it's like you put me in no gi, and I'm like, oh my god, bro. It's like full sweating in my ears, sweat getting in my eyes, sweat getting in my. It's just weird. I don't like it. You know, it's like if I wanted to do that, I probably would have just been on Pornhub, but I'm not. You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
I hate wrestling.
So I guess what's different then? Like if you hated wrestling before, like why are you going to be able to handle the grappling now?
It's the job. So since, you know, the Brunson fight, which was pretty embarrassing because I said he sucked and he actually beat me, you know, and then Marvin Vettori went out there and did that. It's like I started working on the grappling a lot, and then I took a little bit of a break. Body was beat up and stuff. And then I went out there against Chimaev, and it didn't go well at all. So it's like just instantly hired a wrestling coach and just switched it up and, you know, stuck to the game plan, which is, you know, wrestle, strike every chance I get, or wrestle. You know,
Some of those guys that out-grappled you, those were also big guys. I mean, Chiesa's a guy who came up from 155. Do you feel like, just physically, like, is he going to be a little bit different than some of the other guys you fought, or is it like is the physicality going to play any role in this fight?
He's long though, you know what I mean? Like he's tall, you know, he has a good body, he has a good build, he has a leverage behind him. So, you know, it's like he should have some strength behind him too. It's like he might be just as strong as Chimaev, you know. So it's like I don't know until I get in there and I experience it. And him coming up from 55, it's like that was years ago. You know, he used to be a 55er. He's a full-grown man now, and I think he's a true 170er. That being said, I'm probably still an 85er, just a skinny 185er. So yeah, I'm gonna go out there and do a little muscle tussle with that boy and get him off me. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it's finally one that matches up very well in size. So I think it'll be good.
So last thing for you, in Miami, you said that you would love to fight for a BMF belt. You're on the BMF card, but you're not fighting for the BMF belt. Are you happy with the situation? You get to open the BMF card. Is that good enough for you, at least for Saturday?
No, I was actually like, when I first found out I was on that card, I was like, what the? I started asking if I get on Boston. I started doing all this, doing all that. Cried to my manager like about 12 times. So, So I just went and bought myself a BMF ring, and now I feel better. I'm good to go.
The ring?
Yeah.
Oh, is that it right there?
Nah. That's just a big mouth ring. You know what I mean? But big mouth does sound like BMF, doesn't it?
It does.
It all works out.
At some point, do you see yourself fighting for a BMF title?
No, never. It's at 155 pounds. I don't see those boys coming up to 170 for this type of smoke. So, you know, props to them. I hope you know, it's like Masvidal put it in play for, you know, his homeboy Dustin to get it. So if Dustin gets it, props to them for, you know, mapping that thing out perfect for each other. If not, you know, it sucks that it didn't work out as planned. Props to Justin Gaethje, but overall, I don't see none of those guys coming up to 170. I see that belt staying at 55. So honestly, after this 170 fight's done, even though I will be in the ranking, I would like to be in the ranking in 2 weight classes because that's some bad BMF stuff. And so after this, you know, give me a fight at 85. You know, it's like
still,
yeah.
See, I would think, Kevin, like you win a fight against Chiesa, you're 170, and it's like the path is there. Like we could look back at this fight and be like, oh, that's where his welterweight title reign or run began. But you're still saying 185 probably next week, huh?
Yeah, give me an 85er next week, or just give me complete bum at 170 a month later. That's all I want. I want a guy fresh off Contender Series that wasn't even supposed to make it off the Contender Series, and I want to beat that guy up so you can kick him out the organization. Like, make me be that guy. The guys that weren't supposed to get there, let me beat them up so they can get put out the organization, and I'll just stay right there and keep making my money. I'm happy with it.
Is there anybody like your coach or your manager or anybody saying like, no, stop that. Let's pick a weight class.
Terrence McKinney's always like, brother, you'll be the champ at 170, G. I promise you, G. You can be the champ. And I'm like, I just want to keep making money, and I just want to keep fighting as much as possible. And that BMF belt sounded really good, but it's at 155, and I ain't cutting no more weight.
Well, it's always fun having you on the card, man. Great to see you in Salt Lake, and good luck on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.